This morning on KVU Daybreak, a deadly night on Central Texas roads. At least 2 people are dead after several crashes were reported overnight. Plus, the city could look like this today. Our meteorologist is here with the chances of a rainy end to our weekend. I need that green suit. It's my favorite color, the verde and black. The playoffs are here, and our home team is taking the field in round 1 for the first time ever. Good morning. Thanks for watching KVU Weekend Daybreak. I'm Dominique Newland.
And I'm your man, meteorologist Jordan Darrensburg. And let me tell you something about that green suit. I can't wear it on air because obviously I would be a floating head in the middle of that screen. I'd be invisible. So I'm going to let you have that. Hopefully they make them in your sizes so that they, yeah, I was thinking that too.
I'll wear one in your honor.
Yeah, go ahead and rock it. Yeah, it's going to be fresh. I mean, especially for the verde and black for today as they take on RSL. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a minute, but you're taking a live look at Q2 Stadium where it's all going to be going down later on this afternoon. Kickoff time is at 2 p.m. and it's expected to be a muggy occasion, and it's warm right now, but this is probably going to be the last warm, muggy morning you're going to be having for a while, so a lot to look forward to. Temperatures right now are in those low to mid 70s at both the airport as well as Camp Mabry, and we're pretty much in the low to mid 70s along and west of I-35. Usually it'd be east of I-35 that have the warmer temperatures at this time of the day, but no, the coastal plains are slightly cooler. Cameron and Giddings checking in at 68 and 69, but the dew points are the story, and the air is almost completely saturated in a lot of places because there are some areas above that tropical threshold, including Camp Mabry as well as San Marcos with dew points in the lower 70s. And as we go hour by hour today, around 2 p.m., that's kickoff. We're going to be in the mid 80s, mostly to partly cloudy skies and shower chances that are going to be hit or miss. And highs today will be around that 90-degree mark in the low 90s along and east of I-35 with a few scattered showers, especially later on in the day. But the better chance of rain does not come until late tonight through the day tomorrow. I'm going to break down the timing of everything as well as how much rain we could see and whether or not that could help our drought and our Highland Lake system coming up. But Dominique, we've got an interesting week of weather ahead, including potentially some lows in the 40s after this is all said and done.
I don't think I'm ready for that just yet. Thank you, Jordan. 8:02 is your time now. New this morning. At least 2 people have died on Central Texas roads last night. Here's a look on your screen from our traffic cams on 290 at around 1 o'clock this morning, where an SUV and an 18-wheeler crashed into each other. Austin EMS says 1 person was taken to the hospital by Starflight and the other patient died at the scene. Austin officials first received calls about that crash on Highway 290 near Manor Road at around midnight, just 30 minutes before. Austin EMS tended to another fatal crash on Research Boulevard near Peyton Gin Street. A pedestrian was hit by a car and was pronounced dead at the scene. Also new this morning, Texas Border Patrol officials say 25 migrants were arrested in Eagle Pass overnight. DPS troopers say they found them bypassing border checkpoints and walking through private ranches instead. And just yesterday, Texas Governor Abbott tweeted about Operation Lone Star. It's the governor's multi-billion-dollar border security operation. He says since created, Operation Lone Star has resulted in more than 300,000 migrant apprehensions, 20,000 criminal arrests, 330,000 lethal fentanyl doses seized, and more than 12,000 migrants bused to sanctuary cities. And tomorrow, the governor will be just an hour away from Houston in Beaumont, Texas, to hold a roundtable discussion on the fentanyl crisis. The governor wants 9 state agencies to ramp up its fighting efforts to help communities across the state. Just last month, he held a roundtable in Midland, calling on the Biden administration to classify cartels as terrorist organizations at the federal level. He said that it will be one of his main focuses if reelected this November.
We will be working this next session to reclassify fentanyl overdoses as fentanyl poisoning. We will be looking to elevate to murder the charge of anyone who knowingly provides fentanyl to someone who loses their life because of it. We're taking this fentanyl problem seriously, and we want to stop it.
The roundtable will begin tomorrow at 4 p.m. Meanwhile, Democratic candidate Beto O'Rourke is also in the Houston area. He's hosting Get Out the Vote rallies in Fort Bend County and Houston all weekend long. It's almost time to vote, Texas. Early voting will begin a week from tomorrow. An election season is looming by, and we want you to be informed before you cast your vote. So just a reminder that KVUE and the Austin American-Statesman are hosting the Austin mayoral debate in just 2 days. On Tuesday, October 18th at 7 p.m., you can watch it on KVUE.com, the KVUE YouTube channel, and KVUE Plus on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. 8:05, tomorrow marks the start of National School Bus Safety Week. And it's a way to remind the public about how we can do our part to make sure school buses and the kids inside make it safely to their destination each day. Buses play a vital part in getting our kids to school. In fact, if there weren't any, the U.S. Department of Education says we would need 17 million cars nationwide to get kids to and from campuses. Less than 1% of traffic deaths involve kids on school buses. But keep in mind, children are more at risk when they're trying to get to or from those buses, which is why it's important to stop when a school bus is stopped. Trying to pass by can result in a fine up to $1,250. Tomorrow, Congressman Lloyd Doggett will join Cap Metro and Austin ISD leaders to celebrate the district's upcoming all-electric bus fleet. Austin ISD is on track to be the first district in Texas with all-electric buses by 2035. The school board approved the resolution unanimously last month, and they plan to pay for the first round of buses using about $25 million of the $2.44 billion bond that they approved in August.
When we purchase new buses, they all come with the air conditioning, lap shoulder belts, digital cameras, and of course lower emission standards.
25% of all new buses will be electric starting next year. And while the electric buses will cut maintenance and fueling costs, it will also protect children from inhaling diesel exhaust, which the EPA says is linked to lung damage and respiratory problems. Well, we're just getting started on this Sunday morning. We're getting ready for an extra special match day for the Verde and Black, the playoffs, and it's been quite the journey to get here. We're taking you with us to glance at how it all got started. Plus, with ACL year 20 almost in the books, we're talking all things fashion, tradition, and cleanup. How one Austin woman is taking it upon herself to help our community.
About 25,000 people were expected to attend.
Time now, 8:09. Today is the day Austin FC has the home field advantage against Real Salt Lake later today. And if you can't roll over to Q2 Stadium, the game will be right here on KVUE. The Verde and Black are more than ready and have been for quite some time. Here's just a quick look back at some of our favorite quotes from Austin FC ahead of today's big game.
Last year we were a whole brand new team, 20-something new players. Not everybody knew exactly what kind of team we were going to be.
I think of the moments of this year when you scored 10 goals in your first couple games and send a message as to who we are. It was really important for the group.
These guys have been great. Second place in the West is a huge accomplishment. A home game, a home playoff game is a big accomplishment. So I don't want it to take anything away from what these guys have done this year. It's been a fantastic performance, and now we'll focus and get ready for the playoffs because we still have some work to do.
We go on the road and we beat Colorado, we beat DC, we beat Houston, we beat LAFC. These are big moments for a group, and that doesn't happen if they're not connected.
Well, we just can't get enough of the Black and Verde. Before the match today, we've got an entire 30-minute special dedicated to the team called Chase for the Cup. You can watch it right here on KVUE at 1:30 this afternoon. Going to be a good one. And one local brewery has big plans to cheer on the Verde and Black today. But later this month, they'll actually be closing their doors after the landlord sold the property. According to the owner, Adelbert's brewery must close so the property can be turned into a high-rise office building. The owners of Adelbert say they're no longer mourning the closure, but rather embracing it.
Why not?
Why not? I was thinking the same thing. Why not?
Life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, right?
Well, and we've had this chance to celebrate. I mean, how many times have we seen businesses or just have to close the doors? And we wanted to celebrate these 11 years and all the people that have supported us through this.
They plan to have a big Austin FC party ahead of the team's first playoff game, and that will start at 10 a.m. That'll be a lot of fun, bright and early.
Yes.
Early for the Verde
Early
Black.
party for the Verde and Black.
I'm not mad
and
at it.
I just tweeted about the fact that it's match day. Let's go get it, Austin FC.
Yeah.
Let's get that round 1 dub, and let's move on to round 2 so we can make that run to that MLS Cup and bring that baby back to the Cinco Uno Dos.
Okay.
And we are going to
Race.
talk a little bit about your game day forecast as well as your storm chances right about now, because this is going to be very important, especially late in the night tonight heading through the day tomorrow. But let's take a live look at Q2 Stadium as well as another big event in town. That's Austin City Limits. The last day of Austin City Limits is today, and temperatures are in the mid-70s at Camp Mabry. And we're taking a look right now across the region. Hold on a sec. Here we go. Right now, we are in those low to mid-70s across much of the KV viewing area, mainly along and west of I-35. Usually it's east of I-35 where we have these warmer temperatures, but nope, it's in the hill country where we have those lower 70s, and portions of the coastal plains are in the upper 60s. However, it's important to note that Bastrop and LaGrange temperature centers are not really working so hot right now, and you can't really record dew points either. Right now, those dew points are in those upper 60s, so quite humid air across much of the region. It won't be as humid after Monday, after that front makes its way through, but we have an upper level low coming in behind it. That's going to be bringing a majority of the rain chances, so it's just going to be a chilly, rainy, stormy occasion for your Monday, but not necessarily for today. Showers and storms are going to be mainly hit or miss throughout the course of the afternoon. Mid-80s at kickoff at 2 p.m. and then at 5 p.m. we're going to be getting to around that 90-degree mark. And as we head throughout Austin City Limits, this is the last day. 30% chance of thunderstorms, especially as you get into the later performances of the night. So Red Hot Chili Peppers, if you're going to that concert, you may have to dodge 1 to 2 isolated showers, and that's when the highest rain chances will be late tonight into Monday. Now let's go hour by hour, because according to this model, we do expect to be mainly dry. A lot of the heavier rain is off to our north. And then as we head throughout the course of early Monday morning by around 7 a.m., a lot of our western zones and a lot of our northern zones will be seeing some of the heavier thunderstorms as well. Nothing severe expected though. So that's the good news there. And as we head throughout the course of Monday afternoon, could see a dry lull by noon. And then by around 4 p.m., that's when we have another round of heavier rainfall. And that's really going to help our Highland Lake system if it takes place in the hill country, as well as areas just to the north of Burnett and Llano counties. But then as we head through Monday at 10 p.m., that's when we expect things to start to slowly dissipate and maybe just a few isolated showers for your Monday night. But when all is said and done, a lot of areas could see around 1/4 of an inch, maybe even 1/2 inch. Some isolated areas could get up to 1.5 inches, and that would be really helpful if those isolated higher totals are in the hill country or areas north of us, so places like Lampasas. Also, weeds are in the high category. The rain would wash out a lot of these allergens. Fall elm, grass, and mold will be in the medium for today. Low to mid 60s, mainly east of I-35 for later on tonight, upper 50s as you head out to portions of the hill country. And that's why I am giving today a 6 on the Jordan meter, because it's going to be warm, but it's also going to be humid, mostly cloudy. Could see 1 to 2 hit or miss storms, and then we will be drying out through Tuesday. But look at those highs Monday and Tuesday. 69 degrees, so struggling to reach 70, but then we get right back to the 80s for the latter portion of the week, heading into the COTA weekend for the United States Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas.
This week is my type of forecast. Thank you, Jordan. Today is the 6th and final day of the ACL Music Festival, and it's brought thousands of people to Central Texas, making it a little dirtier than usual. Many Austin residents are upset about the litter, and Tracy Clayton is one of them. Clayton lives on Barton Springs Road, which is right by Zilker Park. She was in shock at the amount of cans and wrappers she saw thrown everywhere. So Clayton decided to organize a cleanup. While the city of Austin does a street sweep before and after the event, what they don't do is recycle.
That's a lot of really valuable recyclables that are just going into the landfill. And so I started thinking, oh, it'd be really nice to get some volunteers together to just go around and pick up the aluminum cans so that we can help divert that from the landfill.
Tomorrow they'll be meeting at the Daughtry Art Center at 7:45 a.m. to collect as many cans as they can. Meanwhile, ACL began 20 years ago on a hot September weekend back in 2002. And since then, except for the years the COVID outbreak forced its cancellation, ACL has brought the city music, memories, and lots of money. Here's a look at a little ACL history with Bob Buckaloo.
As far as music festivals go, it was a modest affair. 67 bands and a one-day pass for only $25. That first year, about 25,000 people were expected to attend, but 42,000 showed up. And with that, an Austin tradition was born.
The music is going to be good. The conditions are going to be right. It's going to be a comfortable, fun environment where people can bring their family and expect not only good music, but good food and to experience that real Austin vibe.
It's been wild. I think a little bigger than everybody expected, but we're trying to handle it the best we can.
Sure, there have been complaints about the crowds and the traffic and noise, but festival attendees have witnessed some of the most memorable music performances of our time, even when they had to deal with choking dust whipped by the wind in 2005, or the mud in 2009, when festival goers had to make the best of a wet weekend.
Kind of got to get over it and then get barefoot, and that's about it. It feels good between my toes.
Mud, music, memories, and more. A boost to the local economy. Organizers say that since 2006, ACL has added nearly $2 billion to Austin's economy. There have been a few changes over the years. In 2012, the festival was moved from September to October, and ACL was expanded from one weekend to two in 2013. And so more music and more proof, as if it's needed, that Austin truly is the live music capital. Bob Buckaloo, KVUE News.
And the ACL Fashionistas have been around since the 2000s as well. This year was extra special, though, as music fans got the chance to get all glammed up ahead of the live performances. Emmy Award-winning makeup artist Donnie Davy, who is credited for her work on the HBO show Euphoria, set up a makeup trailer at Pavement's Clothing yesterday. Fans were able to go inside the trailer, meet Donnie, and get their makeup done. She says festivals are a time to discover a new part of yourself through makeup.
I think festivals are like such a fun time to like dress up, embrace like a fantasy version of yourself, alter ego, like just discover a different kind of part of yourself, have fun. It's all about like feeling good, right? Like dopamine makeup, like it lifts your mood.
Free mini makeovers will take place again today. Well, it's the talk of the town. UT football secured a win yesterday against Iowa State. But it's just the beginning of what they're calling the revenge tour.